and welcome to Fee Finders, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast navigating listeners into the vague and supernatural. My name is Tori Doctor, and I will be your Dungeon Master for Campaign Cosmos, and with me is the Marvelous Max.
My name is also Tori.
The Amazing Amancio.
Hello.
What's that? The Cool Kai.
Well, hello. I am also Tori.
The Radiant Wren.
Hi.
And last but not least, the Outgoing Ollie.
You're just gonna put that man's full name on the internet?
We can bleep it.
His name is already on the internet. He was in Disney, my guy.
And now we've doxed him.
Everyone's name is
Yeah,
on the internet.
This is
Not
his
mine.
address.
I didn't put his... he's not. It's okay. I stroke my mustache and adjust my glasses. Now,
Yes.
let's blast
Yes.
off in 3, 2, 1.
Magnificent.
All right. So, a lot happened last time. You guys finished up at Bivium's Cave of Destiny and all that jazz. And then you realized, John, it was Sunday. It's family dinner. So you took the entire crew to your family dinner where your wife found out this was a more dangerous mission than you let on.
I didn't know. I tried.
She didn't either. But yeah, a lot of things happened. Devotion went to go, get to know Zara more. John, you had dinner with your family and also asked everyone to sleep over until Tuesday. Score, you had a conversation with Susie, which didn't go the way I planned it to, but that's okay. Thought it was gonna be more emotional than that. Then I was gonna leave you thinking, and you just were Score. Gromley got a call. Gromley got a call from his wife, and we're having a pretend conversation. And that Janet and someone else was coming in the next couple of days. And then Signal and Partum had a conversation. And then you guys went to the recital, and then Gromley got a call, and Gromley left the recital, and John watched him go. Because John's a family man.
I came back. Probably came back.
But yeah, I know Gromley went to the museum. And none of you got to hear that Gromley's a slimy little spy.
We don't know that.
I made it pretty clear.
Also, I would consider Gromley incredibly dry. Slimy might be too much.
He doesn't moisturize
He's
enough.
brittle to the bone.
He's
It's actually tattooed on his forehead.
I imagine his hair to be the consistency of mucus.
Ew.
No,
Mm,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
1950s
Not
hair
that
oil.
slimy.
Yeah, but like the hair oil and like the gel hasn't solidified because it has like a chemical
It's just like
reaction, so that
It's
it's
definitely
just
reacted with the sweat. Like his
so it just
scalp
feels
sweats more
mucus.
than the average scalp.
Yeah,
it's
so
just
he's
like got
wet.
to be glued, but it hasn't
Okay.
dried.
Anywho,
This is the real meat of the podcast.
Yeah, meat and
the
potatoes.
conversation continued, revealing some things about paperwork and stuff to do with the previous elite teams, and about where possibly the current elite team has gone. And then we ended it with Gromley returning to the recital. And that's where we left you, and the children are now taking a bow as the recital concludes.
Brief note: I'm using a new microphone, and I'm going to be doing a new voice for Gromley, which sounds more goblin, and it might take a second to find it, but it's going to be something. No, that's not it. I'll find it. He doesn't sound that sinister.
So, the children are taking a bow. Someone slips a little and brings himself back up, but all the kids are bowing.
John is losing it. He's so proud. There are tears running down his face. He is sobbing. He's like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm so proud of each and every one of them. Honey, isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life? Pam, you should
It
be
is really beautiful.
Pam, you should be so proud. I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
You're such a good mom. Oh,
Oh, thank you, Dad. That means a lot.
you made such a good baby. Oh.
Good kid, says Cam, like a thumbs up. But yeah, you all kind of go back to John's house, and people are kind of grabbing their things, and Honey is like, thanks you all for staying. I understand you have work to continue, but I hope, John, you'll keep us up to date on.
Yes. Maybe. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't let you know on maybe how dangerous it was. I didn't realize either until suddenly I was dead and then back, and I promised you guys that I would stay safe and that I would put my priority on this family. And I messed up. And all I ever want to do is be good enough for this family and be here for you now. And I know I haven't always been, but I love you so much. And I love our kids and our life so much. And I promise
Honey gives you a... Oh, go ahead.
and I promise once this mission is over, I'm never leaving again.
Honey gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
John blushes so red. Honey, in public? Ah!
We're in our house,
Oh, right.
and we've done far worse things in public.
Ah!
I thought this was supposed to be the boring universe.
Different kind
Score.
of boring, like the tunnel kind.
Score, just because this world is not up to your standards doesn't mean it can't be up to mine.
John is the
You know,
reddest.
I'm not
you've
sure that
ever
actually
seen
gives
anyone.
me any answers as much as it raises questions.
I heard you met my mother.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm the offspring of that. And I did not follow her code.
Right. You know, as much as I said there are more questions, you know, sometimes you don't always need the answers to questions, is something that I'm quickly learning.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. take care, everyone. I made some lemon squares for the road. Packed them all individually. Here you go. And starts handing them out.
Oh my
All
god!
right.
These are the best lemon squares in the world. You guys will die. Thank you.
But, of course. You guys head back to the ship. And as you get onto the ship, Partum turns to all of you, and he says, do you think maybe we could have a ship meeting?
I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Well, of course, sugar.
Alrighty.
All right, darling. Yes. Everyone take a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. Right. I spoke with Signal, and Signal made some very good points, and told me I should share what I said with Signal with the rest of you. And the more you've investigated Prima, the more I've come to remember why I stayed and created the Cosmic Coalition. I could have faded away like one of my dearest friends, but I wanted to stay a part of your lives. The world is so much out of my control, but that doesn't mean I can't try to make a difference. And I wanted to ask, what do I have to do to make you trust me?
I think part of the reason is just that. Sorry, I gotta find it. I think part of the reason is just that, like, until we find what happened to the previous team, we can't really know whether you were a part of that. Like, I personally don't think you are, but that answer is still unsolved. They clearly, like, hid something from you for a reason, and we don't know what that is yet. And I don't know if we can until either we find them or we find something that they left for us.
Right.
You're a good little otter. I mean, and dude, so as much as maybe the others, maybe you might need to earn their trust.
I
got
totally
mine.
understand.
You've got mine.
Oh, thank you. That is why I'm asking. I want to know what I need to do to gain your trust, and I'm being upfront about that, because I want you to know that I do care about this relationship.
Pardon, I think you need to be straight up with us as to what your goals are and what your desired outcome of our mission is. And like Gromley said, I think to a certain extent, we're not going to be able to know whether or not we can trust you until we find who we're looking for, until we find the previous team.
At the end of the day, I want the previous elite team found. I care about them a lot. They are my friends. The elite team normally becomes the family I have. I don't see the Prima anymore. And they're all I have. And that's why they mean so much to me. And I will admit one of my goals throughout this has not been totally transparent, because I've been afraid of what you'd find. I've been afraid of you discovering the Prima and you not liking me or being afraid of me, whatever, because I've seen it happen before. So I buried it. Because I never want to lose anyone in the Cosmic Coalition again.
You saw it happen before with Devotion's mother.
Yes. And he looks to Devotion and he says, I'm sorry you lost her, but I don't know what she was thinking. And it was better for her to be removed, and I'm sorry that drove her to madness. He just stares at Partum. Unfazed, just blank face. But his leg is, like, fidgeting. But he's just staring.
Devotion, do you need anything?
No, the cat's out of the bag, isn't it? That's right, everyone. My mother was the one person from the Cosmic Coalition kicked out of the Cosmic Coalition. Part of the elite team, best and brightest, gone. And it's because she went mad? She knew what she was doing. But so did the others on the elite team. And he gets up and he walks away.
John goes after him.
Okay. Is anyone else saying anything to Devotion? Or not Devotion, sorry. To Partum.
Signal just tells him that. I mean, I've already told you that the only way I'll truly trust you is if I find out why my mama doesn't trust you. But for right now, I think we can at least try and be some sort of friends. But it won't be the same type of friends that we could be if I knew why she was afraid.
I wish I knew why too. I really, really do. And I appreciate the kindness and effort you are giving me now. Anyone else? Is Zara doing anything?
Zara's still just watching after Devotion, contemplating whether or not she should say anything. But she hasn't, she's not saying anything at the moment.
As John was leaving, can he have, nodded at, Zara to come with?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he did that.
Okay. If he's
But,
gonna
you didn't-
basically
you don't
signal
have to-
her to follow.
He didn't have to, it's not like you have to follow immediately. It's just he's like, you're welcome to come with.
Yeah, if he's gonna signal her to follow, then she will. She didn't want to kind of step over any toes, but yeah, she's gonna just kind of briefly look at Partum and just tell him, look, sugar, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't really know you, but I'd like to, and I think it's best to leave it at that. And she's just gonna follow after John and Devotion.
You guys follow after Devotion, and it doesn't really seem like Devotion's going anywhere particular. He's just finding a hallway to walk down, and then when the hallway ends, he goes down another hallway. And he's just kind of storming off.
Devotion?
What?
As much as I love Putson as much as the next guy to get out some frustration, but do you want to talk?
What's there to talk about?
We all have issues with our parents, and you would not be faulted in the slightest to be having an emotional reaction to things that you've learned. And you're having a normal reaction to an abnormal situation that you've been put into. Do you want to talk about it?
Why should I talk about it? Everyone's already made up their minds.
No, we haven't. We haven't. We want to hear what you have to say, and I know Zara and I think you're a good person. And we want to be here for you.
You actually believe I'm a good person?
Well, sure I do, sugar. Why do you think I made that deal to get you out of there? I looked at you and well, to be honest, I saw someone just like me.
Thought it because I was clever. And I had information.
Not at all.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's what the rest of the party thought, but I sure didn't.
not to say not
My
at all
mother-
like you weren't clever. You are clever, and
I'm very clever. Listen, if devotion was not pressed upon me, my name would have been Clever.
Clever's a good name. It's a strong name. It would do you well.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about that, but
I mean, clearly I'm bad at naming my kids. My kids' names are Pam and Cam. I love them so much,
I wasn't
but it's
gonna-
rhyming. It's a rhyming duo.
I didn't want to say anything. But my mother was a very powerful wizard who was a part of the Cosmic Coalition. And she was a part of the Historical Archives Department. And because she was so brilliant in her work, she joined the elite team. And she discovered Tenebris. She was always looking for answers, and here was one. She wanted to use his prima power to fix the world. But when a world's so broken, is it really fixable? Anywho, the elite team disagreed with her, including Partum. And, tension rose. But previous to that, my father and my mother had a relationship. And that didn't end when the tension began. No one knew that two of the elite team members were having an affair. And they never did. Because when shit hit the fan because of it, it was all blamed on my mother, and she was kicked out for insanity. And she never gave up on her mission to free Tenebris. That was the thing maybe she should have.
Yeah.
Because it got her nowhere. And it got me stuck.
Yeah. That's not fair. You needed a parent, and she was too focused on something else. Have you met your father?
My father.
Do you have any contact with him?
My father refuses to believe he has a child.
Who is it?
Because his name is Caro. He was a part of the elite team at the same time as my mother.
Well, that's shitty. That's shitty.
Yes.
And it's not fair that you got stuck, and it's not fair that your mom was kicked off for insanity. That's like a ridiculous reason to kick someone off. Well, I mean, mental health comes in many forms, and getting treatment is one way, but like also kicking off someone, that's kind of like discrimination. But they're causing harm. But it also seems like it was a made up reason. I'm not getting anywhere. It's not fair. And I'm sorry.
Regardless, that's the tale of my mother.
What did she want to fix about the world?
I mean, any problem that could arise.
And Tenebris would just do that?
That's what she thought. She thought she could convince him.
What do you think?
I think I'd like to make a name for myself.
Under devotion or under clever?
I don't know. Devotion already has its own connotations in the world already. Devotion has power. Well, he did. He had an intimidating presence. People looked to him. People also banished him.
Sometimes it's good to start fresh.
Let's see.
And maybe...
Whatever. I don't know, go back to your friends. Or cool off.
You are our friend. Zara's my friend, and so are you.
You're literally
Zara?
some strange man that came up to me a couple weeks ago and said, "Can I adopt you?"
Listen, I'm not great at friendship making. Did it work?
No, you haven't adopted me.
No, but do you like me?
I don't know.
That's good enough for me.
Right.
I mean, Zara kind of adopted you.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know anything about raising a child. That's the last thing I want at this time.
I am not a child. I'm a full adult.
Of course you are, dear.
I am.
He is a legitimate adult.
Adult can be someone's child.
That's true.
Whatever, just go back to your friends. I just gonna go find somewhere to sit.
Do you want company?
No.
You want a snack?
I know where to find snacks if I want a snack, John.
Well, I've gotten really good at cutting apples into slices and shapes.
I really don't want apple-shaped slices. I don't. I really don't.
John, I do think it's best that maybe we just give him some space.
Yeah.
Do you guys head back to the group?
I'm going to kind of linger behind a bit and just put my hand on Devotion's shoulder and kind of just whisper to him. There's a really good place in the back where I do all my tinkering in the mechanics room if you want. And just kind of continue on.
Okay. You guys return back to the group. I feel like I'm setting myself up for this one, but is there anything that happened in between?
I think that, like, just during the conversation with Partum, like, Gromley pulls out a notebook with his notes and just tries to look at things and see if there's a pattern, for, like, asking Partum. Was there a specific moment that you noticed them distrust you more? Like,
No.
there was never a mission, there was never a day that you just noticed a slight shift in their attitudes?
It was this mission. It was after they came back from oh my god. It's been so long. Give me a sec. What's the name of the planet? I should know this. It was when they came back from the Helios that
The
they
temple.
they seemed a bit weird. I just assumed something happened. I knew it was a very emotional mission. I wasn't going to pry. I mean, we went on our regular routines, just not as talkative. I mean, Peseni and I still shared a room. I never got any indication from her, especially that anything was wrong.
Is that first mission is where we found the first... Well, we got the USB that mission, right?
Yes,
to signal.
that was the first mission.
And that's when we found the evidence that maybe Partum wasn't, to be fully trusted.
A lot of stuff just on the Prima in general. Like, there was the dead monks in the back room. They had a notebook. It had mentioned the summer song, I think.
Yeah, there was a notebook.
The mention of the summer song was, like, additionally added in the margins.
I pull out the book. I think Gromley would have taken it if it was takeable, which I think it was. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Pulls it out and, like, looks at it again and kind of, like, shows it to Partum. It's like, I mean, this is what we found. Because either they found something there that made them doubt, or they found someone. And...
Wait.
Huh?
That's Faith's handwriting. That's Devotion Mother.
The one who got kicked off 30 years ago.
Yes. But when did she go there?
Well, one thing I noticed in the margins, like, there's a note that is from more recently. That's correct, right? Like, the one with the penmanship that I was able to identify? That note was made,
Yeah,
like...
that where you identified the specific pen. It's
Yeah.
that one.
Like, I'm subscribed to pens monthly. Did you ever go there with Faith? Like,
No.
So after the fact, Faith went... That wasn't where all the drama with John happened, right? Like, that happens with the big group of people who were trying to bring back Tenebris. Right?
No, you would know that was... that's on a totally different universe.
Okay. Does anyone remember the... It's kind of morbid, but the bodies we found this on, like... Any identifying features? Like, that wasn't Faith, right? I mean, it could have been, but...
No, Faith was locked up.
And they died in captivity, or... Are they still in captivity?
I don't know.
Because if they got out, maybe they met Faith there.
Faith was locked in the same prison Tenebris was.
I mean, I guess you would know if this notebook was locked up with. Probably not. Maybe they passed it on to another follower, and those followers met the team, or maybe just the notebook itself was left and they figured it out. Because it put them on the same path, it seems. I mean, slightly less, head first, but...
I have no idea. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, it's fine. Just, there are so many pieces and strings here, and there's a way they fit together, and I haven't figured it out yet. It's just a puzzle. It's just a matter of finding which pieces go where, I guess. Signal, did we ever show that USB to Partum? I mean, I don't know if it'd be really something that Partum wants to see. Account of all the, not really shade, but just distrust being thrown around, but maybe there's something we missed?
I don't remember us doing that.
No,
I
mean...
can show you it now.
Maybe it's
It's
time we
really
just get on the
sad,
same page
though.
about things. Yeah,
I
don't really...
don't know. I don't know if that's a decision we should make without the others.
That's fair. Yeah. Maybe, hopefully you're coming back soon enough, but in the meantime, what's our next game plan then?
I mean,
Well-
we need to go back to my planet and see something there that Mama said was there or something. Because that's where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go to your planet. They went to your universe.
Universe, okay.
We need to get the scroll, right?
Yeah.
We need to get the scroll, get to Tenebris and talk with them? Or that's how we would do that?
They were going to Persenia's home.
We have to go to Persenia's home, and then we have to copy the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to file paperwork to get to the gateway.
Oh, I can't wait. What? We're all allowed to have our guilty pleasures. I'm not so guilty with mine.
The rest of the group comes back in.
Hey, dudes.
Everything all right?
Yeah, it'll be fine. We just need to give him a minute. Or a while.
Yeah, that's understandable. We were talking about, well, I guess just making everything transparent that we've learned, and we were talking about maybe showing the USB videos, seeing if part of them can see if we missed something, a clue, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean... Gromley, where did you go? During Susie's recital.
I had a call from the archives department. Apparently someone was very confused about something. I don't know. It's a long story, but it's all good now.
That doesn't sound like something that make you leave a recital. Someone else could have done that.
My old boss was kind of screaming at me, and I really didn't, I don't know. I'm worried when this whole thing ends. I want to be able to go back to where I was. I don't want to burn all my bridges, I guess. if we find the elite team, we're not going to have 2 elite teams, right? Like, you guys are planning on going back to where you were before. I know John isn't planning on sticking it out here.
Yeah, no way.
That makes sense.
Like, I get, like, I'm not happy that I stepped out, but, I do care about you guys, and, you know, just, we all got our work responsibilities, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, Gromley. I'm not here to keep everyone on the coalition's decided schedule. I mean, if you need to take time for yourself, please do so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you'd want to keep anyone on schedule score. I'm not even sure you have looked at the schedule I've made for us.
You made a schedule?
You know, Gromley, you read about that actually.
The corner of the room, there's a paper that's bolted to the board with a big schedule that no one has been looking at except Gromley. We've been writing little notes beside each day. We gotta decompress somehow. I like keeping organized.
This is how you decompress, my dude?
Yeah. How is this decompressing, making a schedule?
It's overwhelming when you don't know what's happening.
Gromley, no one is following the schedule. That's even more chaotic.
I look, and he points to it, and there's like a bedtime, a wake up time, a journaling time. Even if it's just for me, I like knowing it's there.
But
Probably. Have you tried going to therapy?
I have not had time in my schedule.
Gromley, have you considered medication?
Should make time.
It's not that I wouldn't like to, but like this is the first promotion I've had in a long time, and it's not exactly like there's a lot of free time to go work on mental health, you know?
That's very unhealthy. I want to speak to your boss. He sounds mean.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah!
You know, Gromley, it sounds to me like you could use a union.
Yeah, do you know what a union is? They're really good.
There's lots of bureaucracy.
The problem with the bureaucracy on my planet is a lot of the people that run it don't like unions very much. Big surprise, right?
But we have HR departments.
We do, yeah. But HR departments don't have their own HR departments, if you know what I mean. Also, HR departments kind of meant to protect the company and not the people, but we don't have to have this conversation right now.
that's deeply accurate.
It is.
You should never go to an HR department for...
Yeah, HR is not your friend.
If you have complaints about your job.
Sorry, our
Let's maybe not.
say.
Let's maybe not give office advice on the podcast because maybe some workplaces do have good HR departments.
No, you're right. Just saying, you know.
Oh, I was specifically talking about the Cosmic Coalition. I have
Coalition.
Oh, I thought we were talking. I mean, like I was thinking of the university. This is what I was thinking of.
I don't know. I've never heard of any tea. I've never heard of any tea.
I've never heard of any tea ever going on at our university, ever.
None at all.
Nothing's ever gone wrong.
I've never heard of university. I'm gonna need someone
I
to
don't
explain
go to
that
What is
concept to me.
university? Anywho, are you guys showing Partum the hologram?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gromley waddles over to the fridge and pulls out some popcorn. Which is a weird thing to say, but that is weird. Like, it's freshly popped, so it's warm.
It's warm. I just gave you guys like a Samsung smart fridge, okay?
I don't like
Except
it.
it can
Does
make
it have the
cake
little
in the
TV
shapes
on
of
it?
dogs.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can you
realistically
tweet from
shaped
it?
dogs.
Yes.
Can you play Skyrim on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, John would like to tweet, I love my family.
It's the Cosmic Coalition account.
Posted from Twitter for Samsung Smart Fridge.
It's verified for $10 a month.
In between cuts, as if this was a production, I go up to the the fridge and I start playing like Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild.
Hardham has an island full of other otters. I just like to feel at home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they come back on. There's the one that says don't trust Partum. There's all these classified files. We have to find devotion. We have to find the summer song. So there's that one.
Why were they looking for... I mean, clearly Devotion's mother, I guess, but...
And then to go see Bivium.
Wait, why were they looking for Devotion? What would Devotion know or be able to do that they couldn't do already? Was it something that Devotion knew? Sorry, I'm just trying to put this together.
Next was to go see Bivium, because Bivian had answers. And then after that, it was to go to Persenia's home planet.
Okay, well, if we follow this, we'll end up in the same situation that they are, and then we'll get sent to rescue team, which will make us feel very special, but also very silly.
I mean, on the plus side, we're not following their exact footsteps. I mean, Partum knows now. Partum didn't know last time, and maybe that's what sets it apart? I don't know.
How did they know to go to Bivium? Who told them?
Oh, your buddy. Your other...
Summer Song?
Yeah, what's his name?
The summer song didn't give shit.
How did they know to go to Bivium?
We found the USB.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Guys, it must have been Devotion. Devotion must have told them to go to Vivium. That's the only, difference. They must have encountered Devotion when they were there. They did. He said. And he must have said to go to Vivium. Am I pulling
Do you want to ask Devotion about this, maybe? I mean, I don't know if we want to give him some time.
I think we definitely need to ask. But, yeah, he seemed like he needed some time. What do you think, Zara?
I do think it might be best just to give him a bit of time before we start questioning him again on that kind of thing.
Right, and in the meantime, we're just meant to go to Bivium?
No,
You
we
guys
already
already went to
Vivium.
Bivium.
Right, sorry, in the meantime, we're meant to just press onwards as if we know that we can trust Devotion fully?
No, I don't think we
I
can.
mean... Sorry, go ahead,
mean-
John.
Oh, I trust Devotion, but he was also in a really weird situation that would make any of us do some weird things, right?
And also, trusting him and following the only real lead we have right now. I mean, what, unless you want to backtrack and go all the way to Helios and check out that temple again? The only way forward is to Bivium.
I could tell you about Pesenia's home planet. If that helps.
Sure.
That'd be nice.
Which, by the way, it's Persenia's home planet because it's the Fae and the Fiend that battle. And she was like, I guess we're going home. So, Partum begins to explain about the world of Corva. So it is a world where the Fae and the Fiend are constantly at battle. The Fiend have mostly captured all of the Fae forts, but one of the bases have never fallen. No one knows why the walls of the Farah settlement have never fallen, but the Fae who live there trusted to protect them with all its strength. Partum explains the reason why the wall will never fall is because the stones were built by the Prima of conflict and war, Prolium. He built that fortress. War reveals the true nature of people, whether it's good or bad. And so, I mean, I guess that's where he put the words to unlock his prison. Pisenia is from the settlement of Farah. If they went there, I'm sure she didn't go unnoticed.
Pardon?
Do you think it's safe to go there, or should we maybe be a bit wary?
I don't know. The Fae are fickle and the Fiend are, well, devilish.
Pardon?
Yes?
What exactly happened with Faith? Because we talked to Devotion, and I mean, Cosmic Coalition's actions on that really messed up his life, right? It sounds like
Yes.
his dad doesn't even acknowledge that he's his child.
Oh.
And you guys didn't believe that Faith and him were together, or it sounds like she was having a reaction to information that she found, and then you guys kicked her out for no reason, but maybe you have a reason? At this point, I'm feeling very little faith in the Cosmic Coalition. Mind my pun.
Yes. Faith was and still is one of the brightest people I've ever met. Faith was the one that discovered the Prima within the records. I had yet to strike them. She was dead set on using Tenebris as some sort of source of power.
How did she learn about Tenebris? Sorry.
Well, Tenebris still has his powers. He never gave them up like we did to solve the chaos that was unbalancing the multiverse.
And Faith just stumbled upon information about Tenebris, and from there went on their way, or?
Yes, that's... From what I understand, she was a part of the archives, much like you, Gromley, just always, well, her head in a book. She was a wizard, bright one at that. She found it, she really believed that she could create some spell that would harness his power, and we could use it to solve problems and prevent anyone from messing with the multiverse again, etc., etc. And if anything bad were to happen, we would have that power to fix it. Tenebris is dangerous, and I explained that to all of them.
Were they, the rest of the team, did they side with Faith in the beginning? Like, did they also share this belief, or was it just Faith?
It was divided at first, but...
Divided by who? Sorry, I'm just... If any of those people are still involved somehow, well, the ones that weren't locked up, it might be worth knowing who sided with them.
Well, at first people were like, oh, maybe, but it didn't take long for most people to say, no, this is a bad idea, and I mean, the dynamic after that was not great, and they came back from one mission, and 2 people had fully died, and the cleric of their group brought them back, and they said it was because of They said it was because of Faith, and what Faith was saying didn't make sense. She sounded so wrapped up in whatever was going on. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But when I saw her and I saw the state she was in, I thought it best to remove her and replace her. As for her relationships, I'm not aware she was in any.
With Caro?
What about him?
He's Devotion's
He was
father.
on the... He looks genuinely shocked. Like, you see his little otter eyebrows just immediately go up.
What can you tell us about him?
He was a human... Oh my god. Yes, a human paladin. Oh my god. He was very into the ideas he had. And I think that's why him and Faith got along so well, is because they would go down these rabbit holes, and I just thought they were good friends. I never saw anything that suggested a relationship.
What kind of things did you notice that he, like, obsessed over? Like, specific, inquiries that he went down the rabbit hole of, I guess.
Well, what I saw at the beginning when he was fresh on the ship was things to do with his religion and the histories of his religion. He was very interested in just world mythologies and backgrounds. He was fascinated by them, and when he was done picking over one world, he started looking at others, and he started looking into your world. And Partum looks at Zara.
Why in the
But-
world would he want to look into mine?
I don't know. A world without magic or religion.
Except clearly
he
it
was
had
thinking that.
magic. Because one of the Cosmic Coalition people from that world had magic, remember?
Yes.
From one of the...
Kellerot.
Yeah. He was started...
That was always a mystery.
What happened to him after Faith was gone? Like, how much longer did he stay in, and what was he like after that?
The team only lasted about maybe 4 more years after that. And then they retired. They retired earlier than most teams. I think it was... due to everything that happened, I never saw it as something strange. I just saw it as something unfortunate.
But was he different after Faith left?
They all were. No one was the same.
Is there any... Do either Faith or Caro have any, like, journals or notes they might have left on the ship? Anything that we can look through and see if we can find some evidence of something?
If anywhere, it'd be in this library.
Gromley drags a chair over the bookshelf and climbs on it and starts shuffling through.
Is there any sort of log kept about which books were read when?
No, I just kind of leave them for people to pick over.
Right, and you don't have any sort of, like, surveillance system that scans the books and identifies them based off of their dimension so that you know who's reading what when and you can keep tabs on everyone? You don't have that?
Like a Dewey Decimal System?
The history of the book and where it comes from and who wrote it, etc., is on the inside of the books, but I wanted to keep my museum classier. I wanted to make it adventurous when people were picking something up.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
I mean, Score, if you want to help me scour through these, I don't want pictures, but I'm sure you could help.
Yeah.
Sorry, DM. Just
I also summoned Paige. I'm like, hey, buddy, I need book help.
I got you, man. Don't worry. What were you saying, Zara?
oh, sorry. Just as a quick clarification, DM. Faith and Caro, their team came before the previous team.
No. There was some time in between.
It was 30 years ago, and the previous team was in the last 10 years.
30?
Oh, not even.
Not even.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but essentially, like, what I'm trying to get at is that regardless of anything, Caro would have never known about Kennebrot. Is that the one?
Kellerot?
Kellerot, that one, sorry.
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. Alright, that's all I wanted to clarify. So just, he wouldn't have known about Kellerot and the potential magic that was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is there any record of his notes anywhere?
Like I said, I just let people put and swap, and I let them do whatever. Gromley, if you're gonna look, and Score's giving you help along with Paige, you can roll with advantage.
Oh boy.
Or you and Score can roll separately if you want.
I have +9 in my investigation, and I'm pretty sure I already have advantage on it because I have the spectacles of seeing.
And
I'll
my
just roll 2
investigation
for
score is
now.
+0, so please go ahead.
All right, the first one's already a 16 +9, but I'll roll a second time. I'll take a 16 +9. That's gonna be 23. Nope, 25.
25. Give me a sec. I gotta load shit. I didn't think we were gonna do this. Cool.
You wanted us to do lore. We will find the lore.
I will read all the imaginary books I can. It's my mission.
You find, not tucked neatly on the shelves, but
Part of
just kind of
carriage.
pushed to the back on top of a bunch of books, this old journal. And you grab it, and you open it, and it gives you the details. Like you see sort of the handwriting of Caro.
How do I
Any-
identify that it's specifically him?
Well, it's got like the information at the front. Like all the books are logged in some sort of way just by being in here, it seems like.
Gotcha.
But you gotta find them. Like it's not like
They're not
part
logged
of
on the
says-
outside. They're logged on the inside.
Yeah, it says who it's written by, and it's also signed at the beginning as well. Like,
Gotcha. All right.
but you see this. You see his handwriting, and he's talking about all these different, things to do with his religion, all these little rabbit holes, and then he gets to Avio and talking about Avio and how all of these really old families, these really old generational families, still talk about religion. And, I mean, Zara, your own mother wanted you to get interested in religion.
Avio is the planet without religion or magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's,
But
well,
all these families that have really long lineages and really strong traditions still talk about these things, like the Drow. And so he seemed interested in learning about it. And he asked a colleague to go check it out. Check out the Drow for him. His name was Maximus. And they looked into it, and it seems like there was a whole connection and all that. And, you know, it seems like Maximus was able to make a connection with someone on this planet, and learn about it. And then he brought it back to Caro, and there's all this, and then it kind of turns into a bit of more of a diary rather than research. It just turns into him venting about his relationship with Faith, and that this is confirming it happened. And he's just kind of frustrated that they have to hide it, and there's these tensions, and he doesn't believe that, you know, this should ever be opened.
The relationship?
And then it's...
Or...
Well, to Tenebris.
Oh, okay.
When's the first mention of Tenebris? Like, is it talking as if he found the information, or as if Faith told him about Tenebris?
It talks about as if Faith found it.
Gotcha.
Seems like Faith found it. Like, it seemed like they were both going down these rabbit holes together, and Faith was the one that found the information. And then it seems like after the date Faith was removed, he starts looking into resurrection and rebirth.
I share this with everyone. And firstly, I ask Pardon, do you know who Maximus might have been in relation to Caro?
I don't know. Do we have a full name? I can search it.
Just as Maximus here. I don't know. I could look through the book and see if it mentions him again by something else, but it just says that Caro sent Maximus to Avio to investigate stuff on religion, which again is odd, knowing Avio, but there's something there, I guess.
I mean, I know Maximus, or, well, I did.
Oh?
Yeah. Well,
Who were they, Zara?
they were how I got into the Cosmic Coalition to begin with. And I mean, they were good friends. With me,
Them?
I did. Yeah. Would have gave my life for the man, had I the choice.
What
How
about
much
now?
did you know about them?
Well, to be honest, I personally didn't know a whole lot, but my Gammy did. She was real good friends with him, and I trust whatever she did, so if she said he was a good person, well, then he was a good person.
But he was on the same planet as this guy. So he wasn't a co-worker in the Cosmic Coalition. He was a co-worker before.
So, you guys would know that the elite team has access to everything. That includes employees of all ships.
We do?
Yeah.
Get some
You guys have
DoorDash
access
in
to
here.
everything.
All
You wanna
I'm
go
gonna- I'm
ask
gonna look up
someone from another
Maximus's
ship?
File. I'm gonna go search at Maximus's file. In addition to Pardon, I assume who was doing something along that line.
You search up Maximus's file, and you do find that he's deceased. He was killed in action. And it's linked to an attack on the Avio ship. The Avio ship was attacked by people of celestial origin. They had broken into the ship. They were able to get the shields down. The shields were recovered by a mechanic, by the name of Zara of Treleave, awarded with, why am I forgetting the word? Awarded with outstanding performance. That's the word. Maximus was killed. From the report, it seems like he was protecting the mechanic for them to get the shields back up.
I also share this information with everyone. Was that you, Sarah?
Ain't no other Zara I know of. Yeah, it was me.
I'm sorry that happened.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment.
What can I try dating that with when Kira was trying to find information on like resurrection? Like, do those line up, or is that before or after?
That's way before.
Okay, gotcha. So
That goes back a while, and if you look back in the files, you see that there are missions to, to the planet. I'm trying to remember the planet name. Give me a sec. Of Blazes. But there's not, like, documented reports. There's, like, barely, like, this would have never slid by today. Like, these reports are half-assed. There's, like, barely anything on there. And you can see his other reports are, like, just as, like, maybe even better than some you see today. But the ones from Blazes, they're pretty unmarked.
I scoff.
Was that, like, intentional that it's hidden, or is it, like it's been retroactively stripped of information?
Well, it says mission done in accordance to what's the word? I'm forgetting words. Mission done in accordance to the elite team, basically, is what it's saying. There was a direct order from the elite team in that the spaces were left blank. Just kind of saying, elite team told me to, basically.
I'm also going to check the archives for Caro and just see if there's any information on where his home is, where he might still be right now.
Caro has passed away. He's the only one of that team to have passed away. Passed away actually a very long time ago. Probably about 15, 20 years ago? No, less. It would be more than 15. Give me a sec. Happened about 20 years ago.
How old is Devotion again?
Devotion's like late 20s.
It may be worth letting him know that his dad is dead if he doesn't already know. I don't know. Maybe that's some closure for him. That's up to you guys. I don't want to make that decision for you.
I would want to know even if one of my parents refused to acknowledge that I existed, I would maybe want to know if they were dead.
Yeah. I don't know. The part of me is just wondering if someone on that team or someone associated to them is still involved somehow. If they were the ones who, kind of brought that elite team off track, made them go missing. If it's not Caro, it's not Maximus. Like, I don't know who it could be, but it's possible. Someone held on to those ideals, bringing back Tenebris.
Is there anything else you guys want to investigate?
Would I have like remembered anything about Maximus talking about Caro at all?
I mean, roll me a history check.
Okay. I roll history. Oh, not 20.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
You remember Grandma's stories well.
I did not know the answer to that, and your dice roll was gonna tell me if you did or not.
Yeah. So plus 5,
I'd
so
say-
25 total.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Maybe not directly the name, but maybe now that you're aware of what, Caro's description, you can kind of link it up to a story of when your Gammy and Maximus Dio came back from a mission, and there was this human man, and your Gammy had never seen someone so pale, and his ears were so short, and it was a whole thing, and he was in armor, and he had these symbols on his armor, and you remember she was like, this guy was so weird, he was such a stick in the mud. All he wanted to know was about what was going on and what Maximus has been up to, and Maximus was like, is this really the place to do it? And to Gammy, it seemed like this guy was just, kind of a hard ass wanting a mission update when Maximus can do that in his own time. Maximus would when he would find stuff.
Okay. So nothing like super out of the ordinary.
No. And these missions, I mean, Maximus was only around for about a year and a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wasn't around, like, a super long time, but your Gammy never forgot him.
Yeah.
And nor did Maximus. Maximus would come and visit occasionally, but when these missions and adventures happened, it didn't last very long in the lifespan of your Gammy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything to the rest of the team for now, but I am going to turn to them and just say, if you guys don't mind, well, I mean, me knowing Maximus and all, I'd like to bring it up to Devotion about his dad, that is. Maybe ask him if he knew anything about Maximus while I'm at it.
I think that's a
sure.
really good idea. He has a right to know.
Yeah, he does.
Do you want company while you do that, or do you want to do that alone?
I think it might be best if I do it alone. He wanted to talk to me a bit, and I think maybe we ought to continue that conversation.
That's a good idea.
So Zara, you go to Devotion, and just before you go, Pardum asks all of you, would you like me to set course to Kova?
Yeah, I think it's time.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Might
gonna
as well
keep
follow
scouring
our
through
only
these books,
lead.
though. Yeah. Sounds good.
So, Partum does that.
I just want to say if I die, I'm going to be really sad and mad. And my wife is also going to be sad and mad.
Zara, you go to devotion. Where are you going?
Well, I'm first going to check the engine room where he had first come to me asking about me. See if he's there.
Before you get there, and the engine room is a bit far away, and that's kind of why you chose that as your location, because it muffles noises a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear what kind of sounds like a gunshot, and you hear oh fuck!
I bolt.
And you burst in, and you see Devotion on the floor, scrambling to put these like pieces back together, and there's like a clear gunshot hole in the wall. He's like, sorry, I found a schematic, and I thought I could figure it out, and I didn't.
I'm just gonna walk up to Devotion and just kind of hold out my hand as I'm looking at the hole in the wall.
I'm terribly sorry, darling.
Well, the good thing is no one got hurt, right?
Right, yes. Oh, those things are powerful.
They are indeed. That's why I quite like them.
I'd like to learn how to make one.
I can avoid flashbacks right now. Sorry.
I could certainly show you.
Sure. And he picks up all these pieces again, and he brings it over to the sort of the workshop desk, and he starts trying to put things together, kind of seeing if you'll guide him.
Yeah, and she kind of watches him for a bit, like, and lets him figure stuff out, and only kind of points at like things that could potentially help him. Like, she doesn't really tell him how, but she more so gives him the knowledge to figure it out for himself.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, and he's kind of putting things together.
You're a natural at this, you know that, right?
Of course I am, darling.
Well, I'm quite glad you like it.
Oh, look at this. He's kind of completed a bit of a pistol. It's like, ooh. Intriguing.
Now, next lesson I'll take you through is how to shoot it properly so you don't put any more holes in the ship. Poor thing.
Sorry.
Oh, it's quite alright. It's not necessarily my ship, but I'm pretty sure Potham would be a little upset should he know. It'll be our secret, though.
Thank you.
Of course.
Right. And he kind of holds it out and begins to aim.
She kind of comes around and shows him. And she kind of gives pointers like, you know, keep your arm, don't lock your arms, keep both hands on the gun for stability, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't shoot the walls of a spaceship that goes out into space.
Yeah, that too.
That's
the big one.
A living spaceship. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, the first gunshot. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you heard a
Aww.
there are some little whales coming in and preparing the hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
They put a little band-aid on it.
Yeah.
A big band-aid.
Does it got like little puppy faces on it?
It's got like little stars and like there's a dog in the middle of it in a spacesuit.
I love
That's so
that.
cute.
There's a blobfish and a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, devotion.
Yes?
Bit of an odd question for you. Did you know your dad much?
Hunted him down once. Also no.
How'd that first time go?
Couldn't really believe that was my father.
How so?
Then I just didn't know. Expected to maybe see some of me. Didn't. Also, I mean, for obvious reasons, he also denied me, so that's another thing.
That must have been hard, huh?
I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. I mean, fuck that guy, right?
Right. Well, I mean, in that case, I suppose it won't matter too much that, well, he's passed on.
Devotion fires the gun. He fires the gun.
Zara barely flinches.
All right. How'd you learn that?
Well, I mean, my friends, as you put them, found a journal. His journal, really. And, Bottom told us.
Right, your employee files.
Mm-hmm. Did
Well, did what?
did you happen to know Maximus at all?
I don't know who Maximus is.
All right then. No worries. Just thought I'd ask. Apparently your dad knew him, but well, anyway,
I
it was a pretty good shot.
couldn't care less who my father knew. Maybe they should all rot in hell.
When did I know I'm not in the room, but when did Devotion hunt down? Like when he was 7? Like what's the time? I'm curious what the timeline was there.
I don't know, you're not in the room.
If you don't mind my asking, Devotion, and then I'll drop the subject, I promise. How long ago did you go looking for your pa?
After my mother disappeared. Well, I should say a bit after.
So not too
Okay.
long ago.
I mean, it feels like a long time ago for me.
I suppose
Yeah.
that's probably. Well,
I think I was a teenager. I think more. Yeah, I think I'd already established some businesses. I don't know.
Can I just note that
Kind of pushes in the back of my mind.
I love that that's how he can tell his age. Because his businesses.
Well, I appreciate it, and you can hold on to that one there. Take good care of it,
I will. Thank you.
of course.
And Zara's gonna head back to the group.
All right, you head back to the group. Are you saying anything?
Yeah, she's gonna look at Gromley.
He looks up from the book that he's scouring through.
Well, no surprise there, but Devotion didn't care much for his pa. Didn't know much either, so...
Gotcha. Well, hopefully we can still find something with this journal. The one thing that's really kind of stopping me here is, who is he trying to bring back? Like, did he know that Faith was locked up and not dead? Did he think that she was dead? Was it someone else? Was it...
Oh, I'll quickly clarify that. Faith didn't get locked up until Devotion was 7-8. And the elite team only lasted for about another 4 years. So he was researching this before Faith was locked up.
Gotcha. I'm still confused, though. Like, who would he have been trying to resurrect? Was it a countermeasure? Was he trying to find a way to ensure that he wouldn't die? I don't know. Because what if someone that's dead in these records isn't actually dead because of something that Kiro did, right? Like, what if he managed to find a way to hide them from the elite team so they could try to bring back Tenebris or something? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here, but like, he was looking this up for a reason. This wasn't just a line of inquiry. This was like, there was intention behind this.
DM.
Uh-huh.
Despite the
Yes.
fact that I didn't really pay too much attention to my ma, did I remember what kind of religion she was trying to force on me?
Oh, it was, I think I'm saying this right. Loth, like the spider. Like, it is the drow religion, you know?
Spider God!
Okay, yes.
It's the spider queen.
Okay. And she
So-
wouldn't have any ties to a Prima, would she?
Your mom?
No, Loves. The Spider Queen.
She wouldn't have any ties to what? Sorry, say that again? Can you ask the question again?
Sorry, so the Spider Queen wouldn't have any ties back to a specific Prima, correct?
I mean, the Prima created everything. So, in a way, yes, but
But not directly.
like other... No, like it's not like that.
Okay. Okay, never mind then.
Also, we weren't there, but I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge the fact that Corvus isn't dead. Right?
You mean Caro?
Karo isn't dead.
Because you said Norvos.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm just bad at names.
The log says he is, but we don't know if
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
like when Zara asked, like, what age did you meet him? Devotion met him when he
Yeah.
was like much later in life than when he would have died.
Yes. Yeah. Which we don't know that yet. That is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Um,
I just wanted to point that out.
right, everyone, we've arrived. um, if you want to get your things and
I don't mean
luck
to
down there.
dismantle your library, but is it okay if I take this book with us?
Sure.
I'm just
So bring it back.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna pawn it off on the planet.
I think we both understand the things we value in life.
Yeah, books.
Um, right.
Gromley.
Yeah.
Is there anything about Faith in there? Like Faith's notes in the bookshelf at all? Did you look?
I didn't see Paige. Did you see anything?
I was doing what you instructed me to find this Caro fella.
Anything else? On
No,
Garo?
I just looked for what you wanted me to look at.
Yeah. Okay. Can you look for Faith as well? And Score? Did you find anything at all?
I mean, it's Partum's library. There's nothing that I would like to read. Let's just say that. But there's so much here. We could be sifting through this for days.
It'll take a couple hours. I don't know.
Yeah, I've already given up.
All right. Well, I guess spare time.
He rolled
we'll
a
look
2,
around
by
for
the
more.
way.
Oh. Can
I
can
added
roll
your
an
modifier.
investigation to see if I find anything else before we head out, or
Sure.
alrighty. I think I've rolled a dice today. Wait, no, I have. I definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 19. It's a 19 plus 9. It's a 28.
And we're looking for what again?
Anything to do with Faith? Any notes she might have had? Anything that mentions her?
You don't find a single mention of Faith. And there are other than Caro's journal. But you even find journals from the previous elite team, that was here at the time. And these journals are very clean cut. They just kind of seem like mission logs and all that. And it seems like someone took the time to erase sections where they're listing off people on the mission where it's just the name is blank. And you see this a lot. So it seems like any mention of Faith has been removed from the library.
Pardon, you didn't go through and doctor or censor any of these, right?
No.
Because someone has.
What?
Faith.
Give it to me.
Yeah. Here and also in this one, it looks like every time Faith's name comes up, it's someone's counteractively changed it.
Yeah, no, this is definitely talking about Faith. That's when her horn got knocked off and they had to regrow it. And this... Yeah, no, this... She cast a spell that conjured them... Yeah.
Was there anyone, either a part of her elite team or the next one, that spent a lot of time with these books that you think might have been responsible?
I don't think so.
Because it has to be someone on the team. I mean, no one else has access to this library, right?
No, it's only elite team members and myself. Seems like Faith has received Dimnashe Memori.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Welcome to Ashley's Archaeology Corner. Damnatio Memoriae is when a Roman emperor was erased from history. So it's just his name taken off. So we know it's them because they literally will list accomplishments afterwards or things that were like, yeah, fucking Nero did that. Duh. So it'll be like, I think it's on the Colosseum that it's like Nero's name's removed, and I think at the Domus, like it's like they just removed their name.
Is in these specific books, is it like whiteout? Like, what is the method that they were able to doctor these files?
It just looks blank. Like, it just looks like someone skipped a section when writing.
Wait, so this wasn't done after the fact. This was seemingly done during the writing of these logs?
Who knows?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and just see if I can see any traces of, like, magical tampering.
You do. There is magic. Erasing the name of Faith.
Pardon, who were the last spellcasters on this ship in the time between Faith's crew and before ours?
I mean, there's a lot, even with the previous one.
What about someone who had spells that could erase written documents? Because that's what's happened here. Like, someone's gone through. This is magic. Like, this wasn't pen and paper and whiteout.
I mean, technically, Rhea had the power too. I mean, normally there was a wizard a part of each team. Really, any wizard. Or spellcaster. I mean, I knew nothing about Kellerot's magic. Bukane was a bard. They had connections to magical sorts. I mean, I don't think... No. I mean, it could have been even I don't know.
Did any of them have a relationship or connection with Faith somehow? Some kind of resentment, maybe?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, if you think of anything, because someone is involved here that we haven't figured out who yet, and once we do, I feel like the pieces of the puzzle are going to form together a lot tighter, you know?
Right.
Anyways, I don't mean to delay us. If we're all good to depart, I'm good to go.
Devotion comes out, and he's got all nicely dressed up. He's walked out with some cowboy boots and spurs on, and he's wearing a vest with some tassels on the bottom.
Does he have a holster?
Oh my god.
He does have a holster, and he has his pistol, and he's got hot pants, and he's wearing a long sleeve dress shirt that's open up way too far down, and a cowboy hat. And
Devotion. Oh, I get it. It's camp. Okay, all right. I see what you're doing.
It's what?
It's camp. It's camp. It's camp. I see. It's like
Is
it's
this
so
camp?
silly because like who would ever wear that?
I don't know. It kind of seems like something you would wear, Score.
I mean, no. I would never.
Actually, funny enough, and you notice he turns around, and at the heels of the boots, it does say SA, the initials.
Oh my god, those are all your clothes.
No, they're not.
Insight check.
Devotion, Sugar. What did we talk about stealing other people's clothes?
I just thought I'd make use of it. Obviously, Score doesn't feel like they look good on him anymore, but I mean, just because he's feeling a little insecure doesn't mean I can't make use of him.
Also, Score, you're taking up two closets. I mean,
Those are my
it's
boots for special occasions, and I would actually appreciate it if you took them off right now.
Oh my gosh.
You can each share, like have one boot each, maybe.
I'm sorry. And he takes them off and he hands them to you.
I snatch them and the spurs jingle jangle.
Give me a moment to have to go find new boots.
Okay, wait.
Right, in
In
your
my-
own
in
closet
my-
this
From
time,
his closet
Devotion.
again.
In my fanny pack.
Oh, there were 3 people talking at the same time. What did Signal say?
Just go steal from his closet again. He won't notice it.
I feel like
Kind of gives.
is Score in a spare room? Devotion in a spare room.
Yeah.
I feel like Score already claimed that closet and has put all of his stuff in the closet where Devotion's living.
Yeah, I wasn't consulted in deciding Devotion's room.
Right. Well, give me a moment, and Pardum speaks up, and he's like, I can get you boots. And he scuttles off, and he comes back with some cowboy boots for.
Just goes to the
For devotion.
fridge and asks.
Yeah, exactly. Did he get them from the fridge?
No, because it only gives food. It
Aw,
only gives
can
food.
we
I
all-
Why would you restrict that technology like that?
Can we all get boots?
Because it's
I want
for
boots.
food.
I want boots.
You want boots?
I want boots, please.
All right.
Wait.
Pardum brings you cowboy boots
And a hat. And a cowboy outfit.
and a hat.
I want a cowboy outfit too.
Okay.
Do we?
You get a cowboy outfit.
Is this like a blending in concern? Do people dress like that down there? Do we all have
no.
to? No. So this is just for fun then.
This is my little confidence booster, huh? We brought up my mother, huh?
What?
And apparently my father's dead. So let me have this.
It's okay. I think a lot of us have dead parents or no parents. So you're not alone.
Yeah, we all got our family issues and cousins who show us at our own graduation. It's fine.
That's
Okay.
personal.
Are you good, Gromley?
I don't like thinking about my family. They're all very
Why?
accomplished.
What did they ever do?
You're in the
They were
closet.
accomplished.
Like what?
Well, I had one who was like a treasure hunting, academic who sailed on like a pirate ship for a while. And I think he said he
Good.
saved the world. I don't know. It's a lot to stack up to.
Did he have a PhD in psychology?
He did have a PhD.
Oh my god.
Do you know him too? God damn
No,
it.
I don't. I
Good.
don't. I definitely don't.
Okay, because it seems like everyone I know. I don't want to talk about him anyway.
His name wasn't good, right?
His name was Gert. Yeah. You knew Gert?
Let's
Cool.
go,
Everyone knows Gert.
and he's-
Gert's so accomplished. Why can't you be more like Gert? Why can't you go and finish your second degree like Gert did? Gert has 3 degrees. He's an economics major.
Yeah, but at least your name isn't Gert.
My name is
Gromley's a much
Dingus.
cooler
Do you think that's
name.
better? Gromley's my last name. My real name is
Oh.
Dingus. They named me Dingus because I was. We listen. If we want to have a therapy session, we can do that. But we got a job to do, and this could take.
We don't have that many episodes.
Dingus is right. We have
You
to
guys-
hit the ground, and we have to hit the ground now.
Yeah, let's
Look,
You guys.
let's go with
we all gotta
Dingus.
do
You
what we
guys.
gotta do.
You guys. Just. We gotta go, guys.
We can't
Listen,
have a
I'm
rape
with
episode,
Dingus
we
on
need a
this
therapy
one.
episode.
You descend onto the planet of a muted. Sorry. You descend onto a planet of muted red and orange colors. It's dusty and harsh on your lungs. This place looks inhabitable, except for one patch of vibrant green you can see from the sky on your manta gliders. This patch is perfectly circular and surrounded by a stone wall. This must be Farah. Where would you like to land?
I like to land in the place where it looks like it's good to be, and not all the other places where it looks like it would be bad to be.
So you want to land inside the walls?
No, I think
Is that a bad idea?
I do think that perhaps it may not be a warm welcome that we receive if we were to suddenly intrude.
This is I forgot this is the war planet. You guys do have like guns and stuff.
Well, it's not my war planet, it's Mama's war planet, and I want to be nice to the place where she's from. But yes, it's war, so people will die if you're not careful.
I can cast like Skywrite and be like, "Yo, we're cool, we're chill. Don't shoot."
Don't shoot, homies.
You guys want me to Skywrite? I don't know if that'd be worse. I don't want to make it look like we're showing off.
This is why I
It
died when I was
yeah,
in a
probably
fight.
worse.
Probably be like a declaration of war.
Yeah.
So where
You
are
have polluted
we
my
landing?
skies.
Where are we landing?
I think close to the wall, but maybe not necessarily inside it.
Yeah,
There's
make our
a
approach
door.
look like we're landing beside it and not into it.
All right.
We don't want to crash land
Um,
into the famous wall.
It says it's unbreakable. I don't know if the same is true about us.
You guys land down right next to the wall. Is that where you wanted? Like outside the wall, but next to it?
Yeah. I think.
Okay. You guys land just outside the walls. And you're like foreign fucking objects flying in the sky. No one ever indicated to me that you wanted to do this stealthily. So you land and immediately hear the spell somatic components being spoken, and you look up and there's people on the wall, and you see this woman with long fey ears, blonde hair, braided down her back, wearing glasses and a green military uniform, and she yells, "Who the fuck are you? You're wearing clothes like Parsenia. Who the fuck are you?"
Persenia's my mother.
We're a Cosmic
Come in
Coalition.
peace.
Yeah. I pull out my little badge. My little Cosmic Coalition badge.
Signal holds up a white handkerchief.
He waves it.
Yeah.
You're... What the
She adopted me from another war planet.
what? Okay. Bring him in. And you see people rappelling down the walls, coming to grab you.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
And they come over and they're like, "Don't fucking move."
Signal
not
just
welcome
looks like
yet.
a twig that is so still. Still going. Not moving.
Is anyone resisting?
Gromley goes limp and lets them do whatever the fuck they want.
I don't like
Aurora is like a
You-
really excited dog that's just trying to be still, but is like really happy.
People.
I don't enjoy that sentence.
Are you... so no one's resisting?
Can I cast?
No.
Can I cast a minor illusion of my
Fuck.
hands going forward to be arrested?
Scott's gonna get shot in the fucking head.
Of your hands doing what?
My hands like out for handcuffs, but it's a minor illusion. So when they go to put the handcuffs on, they'll go right through them.
They're not putting handcuffs on you. They're just grabbing you guys at like the waist.
Oh, that's intimate, but okay.
Well, they're like shooting grapples back up the wall, and, like,
Wait, what are those?
scaling the wall.
What are those holding Gromley under their arm like a football?
It takes like 5 of them to get Aurora.
Yeah.
How high
Aurora
is this
like
wall?
helps by like flying, but it's not really helping because her wings are fucked.
How tall is this wall, Ashley?
This is a Dr. Seuss book. How tall is this wall if I were to fall?
Let me see. Give me a sec. It is approximately 50 meters high.
50 meters?
Yeah, 50.
Oh. All right. Then I suppose I'll allow myself to be picked up.
Gromley watches the gears spin and scores head as he tries to find a way to cause chaos.
You guys are brought up, and you meet with this woman that you saw. And you can see she's got a spell loaded. In case anyone has quick movements. My name is Maria. I'm one of the militia leaders of the Fae. The other is Rose, and she's just come back. So who the fuck are you? Before we make this any worse.
My name's Signal. I'm a part of the Cosmic Coalition, and Ksenia is my mother, and I'm coming here to try and find her. And that's Aurora. She's my friend. She won't hurt you. She's really nice.
Whoa.
I'm also a friend, and I also won't hurt you.
I promise we will not hurt you. Chun's arms are straight up.
You said you're from... Oh, I'm sorry, what did you call it?
Cosmic Coalition.
The same group that Persenia was involved in.
She never told us that.
Yeah, we're not really supposed to, but, you know, circumstances.
We are scared.
She just said to trust her, and I'm sorry, you're coming to find her? So what does that mean?
It means she's missing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, hopefully
Someone
not
get
for long.
Rose. Someone get Rose. And someone runs off and seems like they're gonna go get whoever Maria is talking about.
We've been following their trail for a while. Persenia's been leaving notes and recordings, and it led us here. Most recently, we're trying to find, well, answers as well as the way forward, I guess.
Persenia came here with her team and ventured inside the walls. She wouldn't let us come, but I mean, you don't know the walls like we do.
So you're asking us to take you with us?
I mean, you're gonna get fucking lost. You swear you're from the same group.
I
Yeah.
swear on my life. I can show you pictures of her with me back at home.
Yes, that would make me feel a lot better.
Signal, taps his arm a few times, and then a projector comes up showing a slideshow of
Jesus fuck!
of happy moments with Mama.
You also hear from behind you another Jesus fuck!
In the
To
background
turn
of the
around.
montage is Kiss from a Rose.
You see another woman, and she's got
Another woman. Oh no.
Oh my god.
another woman. She's got brown hair and it's all done up, and she runs over and looks, and you see both who you assume to be Rose, and Maria staring at this screen, and they kind of reach out to try and grab it, and they obviously can't.
It's called a monitor.
Do you
Like a
know
recording.
Mama? Do you know her?
We knew her very well. She was our wife. And that's where we're gonna end it.
What?
I'm my wife.
Whoa!